Boom! Hey guys, this is Andrew and welcome back to another episode. Today, we're back with the R32 and today we're going to be finishing up the trailing arms on the car. We've gotten all the parts in, the paint is now dried, everything is ready to go. This is going to be a great episode. If you guys want to know how to really finish your whole entire rear trailing arms on the R32, or if you're looking to change up the bushings in the rear, this episode is going to show you how to do all that. So let's jump into this, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, go down below, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It would just help out with the YouTube algorithms, helps the video place better overall. Also, if you guys are new and you guys have not seen our driving group, go and hit it up on Facebook and go and follow that group. It's called Driven Not Trailered. Basically, it's a group that's focused on driving for enthusiasts with modified cars and just getting together, having events and stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun this summer, so definitely go ahead and check that group out if you're not part of it yet. But like I mentioned, we're here for these beauties. They look so good. I'll give you guys a little close-up on how they actually look here. They look really good. I think they turned out actually really well. You can see over here, I even have the brackets all redone too. I think these look good. All of the race, or all in here are not, well, the races we basically taped up, so there's no paint in here. They look really good. So I'm really happy with how this whole build part for this turned out. Today, like I mentioned, we're pushing the bushings in, getting everything reassembled on it and back on the R32. So let's jump into it, throw you guys on a time lapse, and we're gonna start getting these on the press to get these bushings pushed in. So let's do this, guys. Oh wait, guys, actually quickly, I forgot to actually show you these. So before we go and push in, these are actually what the bushings look like. These are the new OEM bushings from Volkswagen. Had to wait a while to get these if you guys have been following the channel. And then here are also the top bushings for the control arms that go onto these trailing arms. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of those two. We have all of them laid out right here. These are what is going back into our trailing arm. We're gonna go ahead, like I mentioned, and now let's throw you guys on that time lapse and get everything going and pushed into these trailing arms. All right, guys, let's do this. Okay guys, we are back, and after about 2 hours of trying to figure out how to push these bushings into the trailing arms, we finally got them in, and these were not fun to put in. It's definitely a lot of finagling and moving around the actual trailing arms in order to get them to fit inside of this 20-ton press. It's not so easy to like just stick it in there and press them in. You have to maneuver them around a lot to get a flat surface in order to press. So that's basically what took up most of the time, trying to figure out a flat surface to press these in. But if you can look now, right down here, you can see this main bushing is in right here. And then we have also the upper bushing, and also, you can't really see this one too well, but there you go. You can also see the lower bushing there. So currently all the bushings are in, which are great. I'm so happy. What I did was I did one of the trailing arms off camera, and then kind of learned how to actually finagle everything, and then did the second trailing arm on camera so you guys could actually see the right way to actually press everything, because I actually took a long time to do it, and the first time I actually pressed in this bushing, you could see I actually bent the crap out of this bushing, so that wasn't good. Lucky for me, I actually ordered two extra bushings for the rear, which I guess that ended up paying off. So good thing I actually did order that, because now I have one extra bushing, but if I didn't do that, I would have been screwed. So for right now, we're gonna now go ahead and we're gonna start reassembling the brackets, getting the bolts put on here, and then we're gonna start basically getting the bearings and hub back on this assembly so we can get this back onto the car and then get the brakes on, bleed the brake system, and be done with this job. So let's go ahead, let's jump into this, and I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes. Okay guys, and we are back. Finally an update for you all to see on these beautiful trailing arms. You can see we have basically put most of the stuff back together. Bracket is on, torque down to 90 Newton meters. That's what is per the Bentley manual. We have added all of the accessories onto the sides. You can see right here some brackets with these new stainless braided lines here. And we also put all the retainer clips in. The hard lines run to the back. Kind of all the way around over to here. Obviously you have the hook up here for the brake line here. Put the dust shield on. So we have made some good progress on this. We also did the exact same thing on the other side for the other trailing arm. Just not going to show that right now. It's over by the car. So the next step we are going to do, we're going to go ahead, press the brand new bearing in here, push the hub in. Once that's on, I think we're gonna get it back in the car then, because I was debating on putting the rotor and caliper on also, but this is gonna be super heavy then trying to get this trailing arm into the car by myself. This thing already weighs a decent amount and I've already tried to get it up under there to mock it up, and it's not easy to maneuver it. So figured we'll push at least the bearing in, we'll push in the hub. The rest of it, we'll get this in the car and then we'll finish it on the car. So I'm gonna throw you guys back on the time lapse while I push these in, show you guys kind of just how to do it. It's pretty basic. If you guys have a bushing, or not a bushing, I should say, a bearing cup with basically a puller on it, comes out and in really easily. Just gotta find which are the right sizes to use for it so you don't screw it up. Once that's in, that is good. We gotta get that snap ring in there, which is gonna be a pain, but that will go in. And then we gotta push the hub in. That should be pretty simple too. So let's go ahead, throw you guys on a nice little time lapse, and let's get this thing ready to put in the R32. All right, guys. Okay guys, we are back, and finally we got the trailing arms in. I actually had to have my dad come down, help me just prop it up to get those trailing arms in. They're very tricky to get in, and you need at least 2 people to get them in correctly. There's also camber adjustment that is on the trailing arms, so it's important to have it set up correctly so when you go get an alignment afterwards, the camber and everything can be situated correctly. So this is the driver's side right here. You can kind of see we have everything back on. You have the whole assembly in. I don't know if we can see under here. Let me put a light under here and see if you guys can actually see for once. Yeah, you can see right over here, that's one of the bolts that actually goes into this assembly. And you can kind of see a couple more. There's 4 bolts under here that actually hold that assembly in. So that's needs to actually be torqued down to, I think it's 75 Newton meters, which I believe that's about 50 foot-pounds of torque, somewhere around there. But I just went off of Newton meters because my torque wrench can do both. And then I'll show you guys the passenger side right now because I've actually finished this already, so I can then show you guys how to do the driver's side on camera. And here it is. You can see the rotors are on. We have the calipers on finally. The nice beautiful shocks are in, all the control arms are here, and the arm is attached with all the brake lines and everything. The one thing that I didn't get from ECSTuning, sadly, which I'm gonna just order right now. This is just me being my OCD. I didn't get one of the screws for the set screws for the rotor, so I just went ahead, ordered another pair, another two actually of them, because I didn't get either of them for the rear. So those should be coming probably next week sometime, which is a real easy fix. That's nothing really we need to worry about holding up finishing the car. So just wanted to give you guys that update. I'm gonna now throw you guys on a time lapse here, bring you guys through the whole process of installing everything back on the driver's side. So let's go ahead, guys, let's go and do this. Guys, after working all day today, we finally got everything back on the car. Let me show you what the driver's side looks like since you've already seen the passenger side. There you go, guys. We have new rotors, new brake pads, basically a brand new trailing arm in here. We also have brand new control arms, sway bar end links, brand new shocks. We literally went through the whole rear end. Oh, and also forgot new bushings, new hub, and new bearing in there. So everything's brand new here on the rear. This was definitely a huge project to do, but I'm very happy that I went ahead and did this. The last step that we're gonna need to do, guys, we need to bleed now the whole entire brake system. Once the brake system is bled, we can put the car back on the ground, torque down all of them the axle bolts to spec, then we should be good to go drive the car. So let's go ahead, let's bleed the brake lines. Once we're done bleeding the brake lines, we'll get the car back on the ground and we'll go from there. All right, so we are quickly up in the upstairs garage. I have a bunch of boxes up here, basically with a lot of cleaning supplies in it for cleaning the car. But in one of these boxes somewhere, I have a bleeding kit for the brakes. I bought this years ago, actually, for my old R32 when I did my brakes on that car. Never actually got around to bleeding the brakes. So, it's not in that one, that's all rags. How about this one? Oh, this one's a little heavier. Oh, jeez. Okay. No, that's more cleaning supplies. I got a lot of cleaning supplies. So that has to be it then. All right, oh, it's really light. I bet you that is it. Of course, it's always the last box that you grab is what you need. Haha, that's the kit. Okay, cool, so let's get all this together. I'm gonna bring this downstairs. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what we have here. So I'm schwabbing. All right, I'm back. Okay guys, so we finally are back down here in the basement. This is the bleeder kit that I have from ECSTuning. I've had this kit for probably 5 years now, basically. I've had this since my old R32 when I actually did my brakes on my previous car. We didn't bleed the brakes, so we never had to take off any of the lines or anything like that, so we just left it as is. So let's just go ahead and go into this. You guys can see kind of what we have here. So you can see here is kind of the main bottle. It's the 3-liter European pressure brake bleed system. So if you open this bad boy up, this most likely is going to be the pump that is going to be going over the housing, or not the master cylinder, I should say the housing for the fluid reservoir. And this is exactly how it looks. Pretty good for sitting in this box for 5 years. But okay, so that is one part of this. We're gonna have to figure out how this thing actually works overall, but pretty cool. Pressurized bottle. Okay, that's one thing. Now the next thing, we have these bleed catch bottles. So if we open this up here, okay. All right, that's pretty nice. Nice and little nifty catch bottle here. So these are used to probably go on each one of the actual calipers. It's a little nipple that will attach right here on the end to the caliper, and it'll just bleed through the system. Catch it right here in the bottle for you. That is that, and I'm assuming this is probably a second one. Yes, this is. So we have 2 of these catch bottles and the main pump. There we go. Same thing, we'll just attach on like that. And you have the nipple right here at the end for the bleeding system. Okay, so that is that. Do we have anything else in these boxes? Yes, we do. Okay, this is what I was looking for. All right, so this is actually, let's open this up, show you guys. So this right here is actually what's gonna go on top of the, what is it? The brake reservoir. So this will go on top of it, which then this system, most likely, let's see which end it's gonna be. Say this end's probably gonna attach up to there. Yep, this will attach actually onto here. There we go. It's like a nice little quick release. So there you go, pop it in. There you go, snaps right in. This hooks right up to the bottle on the side over here. That should be it. Let's go ahead and start getting some brake fluid in here, pumping and pressurizing the system, and let's go from there, guys. So we are now in the back. We have pumped up the front up to 15 PSI. Needs to be around 15 to 20. So basically what we need to do now, if you guys see back over here, we have the bottle set up right down here, hooked into the bleeder right over in there. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up with this wrench here. And when you do that, it should come through the system. Let's see if I can do this with the light and filming. Oh, that would be enough, apparently. Oh, there we go. So you guys can see now some of the liquid actually coming through here. See all the air bubbles coming through the system. You can see all the old fluid coming through too. So yeah, definitely good that we are bleeding this system. Gotta first start with the back passenger side. It's the farthest from, oh yeah, look at all those bubbles now coming through. So we have to look under the car to see if anything's dripping also. But what we're gonna do is basically start with the back passenger side, then go to the driver passenger side, to the front passenger side, and then to the front driver side, and that should do the whole bleed for the car. So let's go ahead and get this going, and I'll give you guys another update on this. Okay guys, we finished bleeding all the brakes in the car. Everything's good. Tested the brake pedals nice and stiff. Nothing's leaking out underneath. Everything's really sealed well, so I think we did a good job. I want to show you guys what actually came out of now the actual brake system. If you look at this, this is what we actually pumped through, and it is it's quite dirty, I would say. So that's the main reason why you want to flush brakes. One, we actually disconnected everything, so you're gonna want to put new brake fluid in there to run brake fluid through the whole line. But two, I don't know when the last time the brake fluid was changed on this car, and just looking at this, you can see there's a lot of gunk and crap that was in that system. Good to flush it out, get nice new fresh brake fluid in there. Gonna be good for the car. So just wanted to show you guys that. We are gonna now dump this into the container, seal that up so we can then dispose of it. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the wheels on the R32, and we're gonna drop her down and start it up for the first time. All right, guys. Okay, guys, let's start this car. This will be the first time starting the R32 in probably about over 2 months. So let's see here. Everything feels good. Let's give this a shot. Turns over. There we go. She starts. You gotta get some air pressure in the bags, raise the bags up, and then we'll be able to drop the car down. So let's go and do that. Guys, the R32 is on the ground. Oh, it feels so good having this car finally sitting on the ground now. So, like I mentioned, the last thing we're gonna have to do is exactly what I have on this sheet here. And what I wrote was basically, I have to lower the car down, and basically I need to torque those bolts that are going into the axles. The front needs to be torqued down to 184 foot-pounds, plus a quarter turn, basically, and then the rear needs to be torqued down to 148 foot-pounds of torque, and then I need to immediately loosen it half a turn. So those are what the specs said in the Bentley manual, so that's what we're gonna go with. Let's go ahead and I'll throw you guys on a little not time lapse. I'll just put you guys up here on a tripod so you guys can see it going. You can hear everything going on. All right, so let's jump into that. There we go. 184 foot-pounds. Okay, so that's all torqued down to spec. So we got the front and rear torque. Basically, I'm gonna relift the car up now. I'm really kind of want to just put the center caps back in here. Just me being OCD about it. I'm gonna put those back in, drop the car back down, and I'll show you guys the final result. Okay guys, the car is back on the ground. I was an idiot and realized as soon as I was done talking to you guys, I could just push in the Volkswagen symbols, and it was super easy. So basically everything is now finished. You can see down here, there we go. Everything's buttoned up right there, and it looks beautiful. So, as always, I wanna do the first air down with the new setup. So let's get the car turned on. Ooh. Okay, let's do a nice little walk around. You guys can see how the car looks now, all aired out. That definitely looks lower than it was before. And then we got way more camber in the rear, so we could tuck really hard now. Oh yeah, wow, okay, that is... Yeah, we got some crazy camber in the rear. That's gonna have to be definitely situated with the alignment. The front, that we're gonna have to work with too. We're gonna have to roll the fenders in the front eventually. Not too bad, guys, not too bad. Here, let's get a little further back view of it. You can see that really tucking hard there in the rear, and the front looks pretty damn nice. Okay guys, so I just went ahead, I finished up cleaning up just kind of the garage a little bit like that. Kind of want to just get things a little bit nicer looking for my dad when he comes down in the morning to see the car finished. Just kind of want to make this look better for him. But let's go over quickly how this job was. How would I rate this job? What do I think you guys should expect when you go and do something like this? So overall, as you guys can see, it doesn't look any different now than how the car looked before. It looks exactly the same. But underneath, everything is new now, basically in the rear. We have all new brakes, hubs, bearings, bushings, bolts, like control arms. The front, also now we have new brakes, bearings, some bushings even, some control arms and stuff like that. Everything is new now, basically suspension-wise in the car, including also when we did the bag install. So if you think about it, this car has basically a brand new suspension and kind of like, I guess, under chassis for the car. We kind of went ahead and just redid everything, which I'm really happy that I went and did this. Now this job overall, what did it need to get done? Well, one, yes, the brakes needed to get done. You can see here, this was a front, front pad, and you can see how thin this is. This was how much meat was left on this pad, and that is not much at all. So yes, I did need to do a brake job on the car. While I figured I was in the rear, I would do the control or the trailing arm because I knew that one bolt was stripped. And then at that point I said, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to do these bushings because like I said, no one else out there has any videos on doing bushings. So I figured it'd be a good educational video. Even though this is not really like a DIY video, it's more like a vlog kind of video. You could kind of follow along with how I went about it and do the same when you're actually doing this for your R32. Now, overall, if you need your car to be down for a while, or say you can't have your car down for a while, this job is probably not going to be the best for you because it takes a while to do all this. Yes, I messed up on things here and there, and I learned how to buy things and stuff like that. So I'm hoping with this kind of video, this 3-part video that I did, you guys can kind of see what parts you're going to need and how you need to go about installing basically and refreshing the whole entire rear of an R32. And like I also mentioned, buying and getting bushings in and out, because I've talked to people and this is a pain to do. So that kind of just wanted to wrap it up. Overall, I would rate this job as it's not really that hard to do. It's just very time consuming. So if you need the car available for you to drive, is probably not the best thing to do right away. Maybe take it to a shop. They can actually knock it out a lot quicker. I was only working on this on weekends and also on nights after I was done work. So I got it done in about a month. Took a little bit in between there. I was still back and forth between my other apartment and here. So it did take a little bit to actually get everything wrapped up on this job. So I hope you guys enjoyed this install video for the rear trailing arms, the bushings, the hubs, the brakes, the pads, the rotors, basically everything in the rear of the car and also the front of the car. We went ahead and kind of got everything wrapped up on the front a while back, but just tonight we've now finally finished up the rear of the car, and I love how it came out. I'm happy it's done. I still have to go get the car aligned, and I need to take it for a test drive still. So that will be the next video, is going to be going for a test drive, showing you guys how bad the alignment is, because I can already tell by the rear, everything is really off, and it's going to be a very rough ride. But that's fine. That's why we're going to take it to a shop, and they're going to do a good alignment on this, get it all squared away, and we will be back in business. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go down below, hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to the channel. It's awesome just getting the, like, I don't know, just having you guys all around here, growing a community, talking to you guys. I love answering all your comments. If you guys look at the comments, I do answer all of them, and I'm here to answer any questions for you guys. If you guys have not followed me yet on social media such as Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, go give me a follow there, guys. I post daily about my R32 and just Volkswagen content in general, and I do a bunch of live streams and just other content. So if you guys want to stay up to date on my builds, definitely go follow me at least on Instagram. Also, if you guys are not following me yet on our new social media group, it's called Driven Not Trailered. We have both an Instagram account and a Facebook group. The Facebook group is the official group, basically, where we are going to be posting for meets, driving events, and just hangouts with other people. So that is going to be coming up this summer, as long as we get out of quarantine. That will be happening. So if you guys are interested in that and you're in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut-ish area, even Pennsylvania, definitely join the group, because we got plenty of events that are going to be coming up, and I'm going to be trying to host them with other fellow YouTubers. So on that note, guys, we're going to end today's vlog. It's been a very long day working on this. So until next time, guys, my name is Andrew. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next video. See you guys later.